My dear brothers and sisters, the common reaction of the disciples to the resurrection of Jesus is unbelief. And we cannot blame them because the resurrection is hard to believe and it is almost impossible. The disciples are very sure that Jesus is dead. Some of them who probably followed in secret the events that happened saw with their own eyes how Jesus died on the cross. Alam nila na patay na si Jesus. And so when Jesus starts to appear before them, they could not believe. They even thought Jesus was a ghost. At kahit naman po tayo ang lumugar sa mga alagad, mahihirapan din tayong maniwala sa muling pagkabuhay. Halimbawa po, mamayang gabi, bago kayo matulog, papatayin ninyo ang ilaw ng kwarto. Hihiga kayo sa kama at pagtingin ninyo sa isang sulok, may nakatayo. Nang tingnan ninyong mabuti, alam ninyong itong nakatayong ito ay matagal nang patay. Sasabihin ba ninyo, wow, resurrection? Hindi ba sasabihin nyo, multo? Minubulto ako. It's a ghost. And so the disciples' unbelief is not just really doubt. Pwede naman nilang sabihin, hindi naman kami nagdududa, hindi kami nag-aalinlangan. We are just being reasonable. Patay na si Jesus, paano pang mabubuhay na muli? But you know, my dear brothers and sisters, the good news of Easter is not just that Jesus is risen. The good news of Easter is that Jesus helps His disciples to understand and believe the resurrection. Ginagawa ni Jesus ang lahat para maunawaan ng kanyang mga alagad ang kanyang muling pagkabuhay. Alam ni Jesus na mahirap itong intindihin, kaya tinutulungan niya silang maunawaan. And so in today's gospel, Jesus appears to His disciples on the evening of the very day of the resurrection. Muling nabuhay si Jesus ng umagang-umaga. At nung kinagabihan, nagpakita na kaagad siya sa kanyang mga alagad. But because Thomas was absent that evening, Jesus appeared again a week later, like today, 1 week after Easter. Now He appears for Thomas. And He shows them His wounds. He even allows Thomas to put his fingers into the nail marks and into his side. And these Jesus did to help His disciples understand and believe the resurrection. My dear brothers and sisters, today we are reminded of our Easter mission. Easter is not just about believing in the risen Lord. It is not enough to believe in the risen Lord. We must also help others believe and understand the resurrection of Jesus. That is why in our first reading, we see how the early Christians would gather. And according to the Acts of the Apostles, the early Christians devoted themselves to the teaching of the apostles, to communal life, to the breaking of the bread, and to prayers. Nagtitipon-tipon ang mga sinaunang Kristiyano at tinutulungan nila ang bawat isa na maunawaan at intindihin ang muling pagkabuhay ni Jesus. Nagtutulungan yung mga early Christians para patibayin ang pananampalataya ng bawat isa. And this is also what St. Peter does in our second reading today. In our second reading, St. Peter addresses the Christians who were being persecuted for their faith. And St. Peter makes sense out of their suffering. St. Peter tells them that through their sufferings, their faith is strengthened. At sa pamamagitan nito, si St. Peter, pinatitibay din ang kanilang pananampalataya. Pinapaunawa sa kanila ang kanilang pananampalataya kay Kristong muling nabuhay. My dear brothers and sisters, this is what Jesus did to His disciples. This is also what the early Christians did to one another. This is also what Peter did to the persecuted Christians. And this is what we are called to do. Not only to believe in the risen Lord, but to help other people understand and believe the resurrection. My dear brothers and sisters, when we help each other understand, it is not just teaching. Helping others understand is an act of love. Helping others understand requires patience, humility, and compassion. And helping other people understand is mercy. That is why this Sunday we also celebrate the feast of the divine mercy. Because Jesus, who patiently helps His disciples understand His resurrection, is showing them mercy. Pwedeng-pwede namang pinagalitan na lang ni Jesus yung kanyang mga alagad dahil hindi sila naniniwala. Pwedeng-pwede namang pinagsabihan ni Jesus ang kanyang mga alagad na mahihina ang kanilang pananampalataya, na mabagal silang umintindi dahil hindi nila maintindihan ang kanyang pagkabuhay. Pero si Jesus, buong tiyaga at buong pagpapasensya niyang ipinaiintindi sa kanyang mga alagad ang kanyang pagkabuhay. The patience that Jesus shows in helping His disciples understand is mercy. At ganyan din po ang Diyos sa atin. Kasi katulad ng mga alagad, tayo rin naman mabagal minsan umintindi. Tayo rin naman hindi tayo naniniwala sa Diyos agad-agad. At maraming beses din, katulad ni Tomas, tayo rin nagdududa at nag-aalinlangan sa Diyos. But God does not condemn us because of our questions. God does not judge us because of our doubts. God patiently helps us to open our minds and to help us understand. In that way, we also experience God's divine mercy. And this is the invitation to all of us to also help each other understand and believe. Many people around us are searching, are wondering, are questioning, and are doubting. And often the answer they need is not a miracle. The answer they need is you. Often they are not looking for perfect answers. They are simply looking for people who will patiently listen, who will patiently explain, and who will gently point them towards Jesus. And every time we are patient with one another, especially those who find it difficult to understand, we experience the resurrection. We experience Easter once again. Kasi po, maraming tao ang hirap umintindi. May mga tao na isang beses mong sabihan, hindi maiintindihan. Kailangan mo pang paulit-ulitin para lang maintindihan. At minsan nauubusan tayo ng pasensya. Sasabihin natin, paulit-ulit na ako, hindi mo naman naiintindihan yung sinasabi ko. Paulit-ulit na ako, hindi mo naman natututunan, suko na ako. At may mga tao na hindi lang hirap umintindi, may mga tao na sarado na ang isip, ayaw nang umintindi, at ayaw nang matuto. Kung ano yung paniniwala nila, yun na lang. Hindi mo na mababago. Kung ano yung akala nilang tama, yun ang paninindigan nila, hindi mo na mababago. Yung nakita sa social media, pinaniniwalaan agad, kahit hindi naman totoo. At pag kinokorek mo, ayaw nang maniwala, ayaw nang maintindihan yung katotohanan. Huwag po natin silang susukuan. Buong tiyaga, katulad ni Jesus, tulungan natin silang makaintindi. Maybe there are people around you, in your homes, members of your families, among your friends or workmates, who need enlightenment, whose minds need to be opened so that they will understand and believe. Be patient and help them to understand the truth, to understand goodness, and to believe in Jesus. And when we try to help them, let us remember that it is not enough simply to tell them what to believe in. Let us also tell them why it matters. Iba na po kasi ang paraan ng pagpapaintindi sa panahon natin ngayon. Hindi lang sapat yung sabihin mong ito ang dapat mong paniwalaan. Hindi yan papaniwalaan. Ipaliwanag mo kung bakit dapat paniwalaan. At kapag naintindihan nila yung bakit, dun lang sila maniniwala. Gone are the days when we have simply to say, you believe in this. Now, we need to explain why. Kaya halimbawa po yung mga magulang, sasabihin ninyo sa inyong anak, o dapat by 9 p.m. nakauwi ka na. Huwag mo lang bastang sabihin yon, ipaliwanag mo kung bakit. Kasi anak, delikado sa labas. Hindi safe. Kaya mas maganda na umuwi ka ng maaga. Do not only tell them what to do or what to believe in. Explain why. And when we do that, we become part of someone else's Easter. To help other people believe and understand. You know, my dear brothers and sisters, for the first 16 years of being a priest, I was assigned as secretary to the Archbishop of Manila. I served as secretary for 7 years of Cardinal Gaudencio Rosales from 2004 to 2011 when he retired. And from 2011 to 2020, I served as secretary to Cardinal Chito Tagle until he was transferred to the Vatican. At yung trabaho ko po bilang secretary ng Archbishop of Manila Unang-una is to manage the office of the Archbishop of Manila, but also to manage his household. Kaya doon ako nakatira sa bahay kung saan nakatira si Cardinal. Kasama ko siya sa bahay at magkasama kami araw-araw. Doon po sa bahay ng Archbishop, meron kaming ibang mga kasama, lalong-lalo na po yung tumutulong sa amin sa household. Meron kaming maintenance, merong cook, may security, lay people who are working in the household of the Archbishop's residence. Minsan po isang hapon, pumunta ako sa kitchen at inabutan kong nagmimerienda yung isa naming staff. At habang siya nagmimerienda, nakikinig siya sa radyo. Tinanong ko siya, sabi ko, sino yung pinakikinggan mo? Sabi niya sa akin, Father, itong pinakikinggan ko, si Brother Eli Soriano. Nagulat ako nang sabihin niya yon. Sabi ko, alam mo bang hindi Katoliko si Brother Eli Soriano? Sabi niya, opo, Father. Bakit mo pinakikinggan? Sabi niya, ang galing magpaliwanag ng Bible, Father. Mas magaling pa nga siyang magpaliwanag kaysa mga pari. Nakalimutan yata niya na pari yung kausap niya. You know, that made me realize, now this person who is working in the Archbishop's residence, araw-araw kasama niya, kausap niya si Kardinal. Araw-araw kasama niya kaming mga pari. Pero ang pinakikinggan niya, si Brother Eli Soriano. Kaya sabi ko, sige, starting next week, every Thursday afternoon, we will spend 1 hour to pray the rosary and to study our catechism. Siyempre, extra time para sa akin yon at extra time para sa kanila. Pero pagtsatsagaan para maunawaan ang ating pananampalataya. My dear brothers and sisters, Easter is not just about encountering the risen Lord. Easter is also about helping other people encounter Him. For every time we help someone move from confusion to clarity, from fear to faith, from doubt to hope, and doubt to hope, then we are reliving the resurrection. Every time we help other people understand and believe, we experience divine mercy.